Hey everyone, Red Rebel Jeff Jones here, and in this video I want to talk about a conflict that takes place between traditional conservatives and the red pill community. And that is marriage worth it? Is marriage beneficial? Now this video particularly is reacting to a video by Pearl Davis on her channel. I'll link to it in the description. I think it's a subject that needs a little bit more breaking down from kind of both sides of the angle, really. Now, in her video, Pearl describes conservatives as being very emotionally supportive of marriage, and she is right to some extent there. Like, they usually disregard the factual way they usually go about things, and just they use a lot of emotional arguments. So why is it that conservatives have this emotional attachment to marriage? Well, marriage is very beneficial to society when it is strong. Now, what do I mean by strong? A strong marriage is where the vows, in sickness and in health, for better or for worse, till death do us part. When those vows are strong and they're meant, that's a strong marriage. And divorce has to be rare. Has to be very rare for the institution of marriage to be strong. And partly the reason why marriage is important to society is that children in that marriage are raised with the same values as their ancestors. That's how you can continue the civilization. A strong marriage is very effective at doing that. It's the most effective way of doing that. And conservatives know that. And that is why they fight to keep marriage as strong as possible. So where do conservatives get it wrong? You see, marriage has been extensively weakened throughout the years, particularly by the feminist movement. And I think the divorce statistics really demonstrate that. Now, if you watch red pill content, you'll hear the statistic that 50% of marriages end in divorce. Right, that's one statistic in a group of statistics on that. Now, it's partly correct. 50% of first marriages end in divorce. But the more marriages someone has, the more likely they are to end in divorce. 67% of second marriages end in divorce, and 73% of third marriages end in divorce. And that comes from studies that Psychology Today has done, which was reported by Forbes. I'll leave a link to that article in the description down below. And that article has a lot of good references and good studies that you can read to really get a bit more knowledgeable on the subject. These are statistics that the red pill community repeatedly raises, but traditional conservatives, they don't like to, or they flat out refuse to acknowledge them. Well, sorry conservatives, facts don't care about your feelings. Now I want to talk a little bit about no-fault divorce. I think divorce is somewhat understandable in some cases. Domestic abuse is a good example. I think what's really weakened marriage is no-fault divorce. it has really destroyed the longevity of the institution. Marriage is supposed to be till death do us part, not till I get bored, which is basically how it's become these days. And with marriages these days, the parties, particularly women, tend to get bored. No-fault divorce basically makes marriage more like a business arrangement rather than an agreement between two people spiritually, which is what it should be. I think that's the worst thing that could have happened to marriage. So what do you guys think? Share your thoughts with me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear them. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and do not forget to subscribe to keep up with my latest videos. Marriage should be part of the core foundation of our society. Unfortunately, it isn't anymore. And many of the things I've talked about here, no-fault divorce, they're the reasons why. And I think the fact that marriage isn't part of the core foundation of our society, that needs to be a fact that traditional conservatives acknowledge. Politically, I'm a traditional conservative, and yet I acknowledge this fact. It's only until we acknowledge that fact that we can properly tackle the issue of marriage decline.